Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a video for you all about self-reflection. And yeah, I thought about making a video first about New Year's resolutions and goals. I think it's better to go the other way around. And yeah, I have 5 handy tips for you and I hope you enjoy them. My first tip is to look back on your word of the year, and I talked about that on my other channel last year. I literally sat down on the 2nd of January. I just scribbled this little page here. I don't know if you guys can see it, and I put it up on my bedroom wall and it actually stayed there till today, and I just took it off to show you guys. I just started to scribble like words that are more than a goal for the new year. They are more like an overall topic. And I heard about this technique in a podcast. I think it was a podcast by Elise Gets Crafty. I will link it down below. And she talked about it because it's a more like healthy way to approach New Year's resolutions, because you don't focus like on a super special thing that's maybe not so approachable or reachable for you. So I think you get a hang of it. I mean, my main word was strong, so that's the one in the middle you can see here. And I decided to keep the whole scribble up because the process to get the right word for me was also like a super helpful thing. So I wrote down faithful, like slow, simple, wild, brave, deep. Yeah, so many other words. I mean, I will put up some cutaways for you to see, so maybe you can get a little bit inspired. And the reflection part right here is just to think about the word itself and if you reached your goal or your overall theme and topic, and yeah, to get a little bit inspired as well for the next word of the year for 2017. So I don't want to dive into my very own personal journey or self-reflection in this video, but I will type up a little blog post, so I will link it down below as well. Most of you guys will know me from my Instagram or my blog or my second channel here on YouTube, and I do a lot of bullet journal videos. So it's really a passion of mine, and I only started this year as well. So I think bullet journaling or journaling in general is a great way to reflect on your everyday life and of course at the end of the year. So I just tried to create a spread or a page featuring questions and sentences to get inspired to reflect, and I decided to read them out loud for you, so maybe you can put them down in your journal as well and of course answer them. So the first one is my biggest accomplishment. Just think about it and fill it out. You can just write it down right now and fill it out later. Then the next one is my nicest memory ... and my biggest challenge ... and I failed in or at. Then the last one is, more a standalone question. It doesn't really go well in the line of the others, but I think it's really good and important to, think about it. It's the most important people in my life are ... Yeah, that's about it. I will put down the link below to the blog post featuring like my bullet journal spread, so you can screenshot it or just scribble it down yourself. I mean, you can add any other questions, and if you have similar questions you like to reflect on or you think that would be also helpful for others, feel free to comment down below. The third tip is featuring the spread, and if you have thought about the answers while I was talking you through, maybe you already got the hang of it and stuff, and then now you have to look over your answers or your first impressions of them and think about it if you answered all of them in a work-wise way, like regarding your job or your self-employment or your work life, or if you answered them in a personal way. So for me, I mean, this is the only time I will kind of dive into my personal journey here. I would tend to answer them all work-wise, like my biggest accomplishment for sure work-wise, like my nicest memory. I mean, okay, this one I would try to come up with something more personal, but maybe it would be even like a super cool like work gig or anything like that. And biggest challenge would be work-wise as well. It's not really good to completely dive into one direction and don't see the other side of the coin. So I would suggest at this point to find out which way is the way your brain functions more, or you're most likely to answer all those questions, and try to answer them for the other side as well. So if you answered everything like regarding your personal life, now think completely about your work life and answer them again. Tip number 4 is something I did yesterday and it was quite cringe and very helpful as well. So yeah, get your old journals out or your diaries, or if you're like me and had like a private digital blog or something, just flip through that and oh my god. So my tip would be to just flip through it and go back like 1 year, 2 years, maybe 5 or 10 years. I mean, it totally depends if you have like any logging, any journaling from those periods of time. Kind of get a vibe like what kind of person you have been and how much you evolved and changed. So for me that was like super helpful, and I could appreciate way more like the way I have become and where I am right now, and yeah, my whole working experience, how everything laid out for me. It's good to see like, yeah, how you evolved, and this is really inspiring. You don't have to seek inspiration from others all the time. You can also get inspired from your younger self or like from the way, the journey and how you've become. So that's really nice, and it's good to dig in the past sometimes. My last tip is about books and podcasts, and there is so many self-help books and yeah, even podcasts right now, or not even self-help, maybe even like project management or everyday life organization, planning and stuff, and I just got my favorite books out. The tip is more like a time management thing, so I would suggest to clear out your December schedule right now and put as much literature and as much podcast hearing time in for self-educating books and stuff. I would try to get ready as much as possible now, like getting the knowledge, getting the education, getting the inspiration for new goals or for self-reflecting. So when you get all the knowledge now and all the education in, and when you just really make time for yourself to read stuff like that right now, you can start fresh on the 1st of January, like with actions and not with just, oh yeah, I just got this really great book like by Gretchen Rubin, The Happiness Project or whatever. I would suggest to read it now and to mark the point in your calendar like on the 1st of January or even before. I mean, a new year is not always like the best new start. We all know that. But I mean, in general, it's better to not postpone like things all the time to the next Monday, the beginning of the next week or month or so, or even the year. But it's good to educate yourself right now and kind of have more time to make a real action plan for the new year and not start the whole planning process in January. So, because then you maybe will be only able to start like with all the actions in February or even March. And I also think it's a great like getaway and yeah, me time experience to read books or hear podcasts about self-reflection and everyday life organization in December, because everything tends to get so hectic. The holidays are meant to be like the greatest time ever and be super relaxed and chilled and have time with your loved ones and family, and at the end everyone is super stressed and get in big arguments about everything. So it's good to take the time for yourself and do yourself some good. I just got this book today. It's also by Gretchen Rubin. I mentioned her before. She's the author of The Happiness Project. I think it's a life-changing book, to be honest. And she also has a podcast, and I will link it down below for sure. And this book is called Better Than Before. The subtitle is Mastering the Habits of Our Everyday Life. And I can't wait to read it. I will put it on my nightstand right away and we'll start today. I hope those 5 tips inspired you to self-reflect and don't stress so much on the New Year's resolutions and goals right now. There is so much time to do that, don't worry. And yeah, I have also gathered more inspiration for you on my blog. I hope you guys like this video. I know it's super strange to watch someone talking in another language that you maybe watched for over 5 years or so. I hope you can adjust to that, and if not, you can head over to my German channel. I will link it somewhere on my face maybe, I don't know. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye!